ADHD, you sneaky, sneaky little brain. I am so far behind on editing these vlogs. It is not funny. I've been having some issues creep up and it's really thrown me off. It's really thrown me off schedule. I am just not there. But when I go to edit the vlogs, I feel invigorated because it just shows all the good and positive stuff going on. And I took so many pictures and so many photos of my vacation, and I just want to show you all. And it's just so much that I can't put it into one vlog and then time the other things that I have going on to do this. So I am working on that. I promise I will be better. But having said that, here is another part of my vacation, and I hope you enjoy. Also, if you like this content, please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. Let's hang, let's talk the things, and enjoy. And then the next day, I walked a new portion or new section called the High Line, which is on the lower west side between like 8th Street to like 34th Street, around there. It goes like up to Hudson Yards, which is also kind of new. At least wasn't there when I was growing up. So basically the High Line was, back then Manhattan had, outside train tracks like that went over, kind of like it does in parts of Queens and Brooklyn and the Bronx, where the train station was, raised and you could see everything outside. And I will show you a picture or a video of that with me on a train later. And then I walked that, and basically what they did was they turned it into just like these beautiful gardens and like this long trail. And it was amazing. I imagine it would be really nice at night watching the sunset. And then there's a place called Little Island, and it looks like these little pods, and it's basically greenery and these windy, hilly trails. So you could take the windy trail, or you could take the stairs. Really pretty. And then they had Pier 57, which was nearby, and it was kind of like a, like a little shopping place, a lot of like little food places, kind of like a little food court, but more upscale. And, I walked through it quickly because it looks exactly like Tampa River Walk, in the news section where they have that. And so I was just like, okay, been there, done that. But they did have a rooftop, which I think was like on the 5th floor. So I took the elevator up, and they had like really pretty greenery and grass. It was just nice to take my shoes off and put my feet in soft, like Kentucky bluegrass, not like this St. Augustine grass we have that's prickly in Florida. It was just so nice to take my shoes off and not get bitten by fire ants. And it was just like, oh. So I was going to stay there for a while, but it started to drizzle. And I was like, time to get out of Dodge. So I got on the train and went back to the island. And then I met my friend, and it was spur of the moment. And we went to Lincoln Center and saw ballet of Romeo and Juliet. And it was really good. So that was kind of like that first half of the week, which was awesome. On the Wednesday, I went to, I checked out of my hotel room, and they let me keep my luggage there. And that's when I walked in the original section of Roosevelt Island, the section where I grew up, and I took pictures of all the little schools that are attached to buildings, from kindergarten to 8th grade. And, high school was not on the island. At that time, they now have just like one school from K through 12, but is it K through 12? I don't even know. But it was, so each building had like, it was like attached on the bottom floor. So it had its own entrance, and I'll show you pictures to explain it because it's really hard to explain it without seeing it. And it was a great experience because for being in New York City, maybe there was 40 kids in each grade, if that. So not only did you get more personal interaction with your teachers, and I remember all my teachers, the class trips that we got to go on were just amazing. And that's kind of what I wanted to live through again, which was going to the museum and walking and seeing gardens and stuff like that. And because we used to garden, like, as like part of our recess. So it was really cool just to kind of go back and experience it as an adult. Because when you look at all the things, like the schools that you went to and certain things, it's like everything looks so small now. And I'm not tall at all. I'm really short. So I can't even imagine how tall I was back then, where everything just looked humongous. And it was just really cool to see. And a lot of it had remained unchanged, except the building that I grew up in actually is more like digitized, and I think you need like a fob or a key card or something to get in now. So they have it locked down, and I'm like, whoa! So I couldn't really like break in or do a little handiwork to kind of get past the lock. So I'm not saying I did that. I'm just saying it was easier to get in even 4 years ago. Looks totally different. So that was just like a really nice walk around. Um, some of the stores had changed, but it was just like just the whole aesthetic walking down the street was the same, and it looked so small. I just remember walking just to the deli, and I was like, ugh, as a kid, like I gotta walk this damn far. And now I look and I'm like, my God, it's not even like it's like right now, if I walk from here like to 3 houses down, maybe four. That's how far away it was. But it's just to have that experience again as an adult and go back and just see everything was just really cool. And also doing it now, I felt free. I felt like I had no restrictions, no curfew. It was just like no bills, because I made sure before I left that I paid my bills, even though I missed one. But I just didn't think about anything going on currently as an adult. It was more like, I'm just going to explore. And so that's what I did. So after I went back to the hotel to get my luggage, I took the ferry um, from Roosevelt Island, which was not there when I grew up. And actually, they did have the ferry once, but then they got rid of it. I don't know why. And the ferry has like different lines. So I may have explained that before, but it just goes from like the island, or it goes from Harlem to the island. Like that's one line, like the Astoria line to Long Island City, and then 34th Street is like a major hub, and then you can transfer and take like a different ferry. So what I did was I did that. I took the ferry to 2 stops to 34th Street, which took maybe not even 10 minutes to go from those 2 points. And then I went from 34th Street, I transferred and took it just 1 stop to North Williamsburg because I guess the other stop wasn't open that day. And it was kind of raining, but the cool thing was everywhere that it rained, or when it rained hard, I was either on a subway, on a ferry, or inside. If it was drizzly, it was, I managed to catch some of that, but nothing crazy. And then it always cleared up. I was always just saying like, it's going to clear up. I'm not going to worry about it. And it did. So I got off the ferry and checked myself into the hotel in Williamsburg, and it was interesting. I liked it. It had really cool, like an outdoor roof and bar, and it had like greenery and stuff, like flowers. And then it had like different seating areas, like on different levels. The room was really nice, except the shower and the toilet were in the same room together. So, like, if you think about how they build those bathrooms now, where the tub and the shower in the same room, and the tub can get wet from you taking a shower. Well, think about the toilet seat getting wet and having to wipe that down because you realize you have to go to the bathroom, while you're getting ready after you showered. It's like, so at those points I was kind of like, I'm just going to go to the bathroom somewhere else till it dries, which is what I did. I think I just walked around and just hung out, walked around the area in Brooklyn, the Domino Park, and took pictures there. And then, yeah, that's right. And then I went to Whole Foods, huge Whole Foods. It had like 2 stories. And I just got like some crackers and a couple of apples and stuff like that, and a peach. I was just in the mood for fruit. And they had scones, chocolate chip scones. I've been dying for scones. So I bought those. And that's kind of what I had for dinner, like just like nibbles here and there. It's clearing up. That's cool.
with them on